The Truth Behind Tax Delinquencies in Pittsburgh is a case study that explores the reasons behind residential tax delinquencies and how income, education attainment, and poverty rates influence delinquency rates. The investigators on this case study were Treasure Goddard,
Nishan Cherry.
Tyler Pollard. We aim to obtain a conclusion to the following questions. What are the average incomes for people within these neighborhoods? Is there a common educational attainment level? And how do poverty rates in Pittsburgh influence the delinquent rates? We analyzed two data sets on Pittsburgh tax delinquencies to obtain an answer. Before we dive into the investigation, we predict that gentrification may be a causing factor for high delinquency rates in these neighborhoods.
it is important to identify potential reasons for tax delinquencies in hopes of preventing neighborhoods from becoming delinquent in the future.
So our data set shows us the delinquency rates based on households, and we decided to restrict it solely on residential properties. Our second data set provide us information based off of the education attainment, median income, and estimated percentage under poverty for each neighborhood. Here we combine the data sets, and here we visualize our data. This is a heat map of the neighborhoods in Pittsburgh based on how frequent each neighborhood appears on our delinquency data set. This graph is important because location plays a large role in real estate, with more information around landmarks and buildings nearby, which should give us more insight into why these neighborhoods may be delinquent, for example, gentrification.
As part of our data analysis, we detected the tax delinquency outliers for each neighborhood. It was crucial to detect these outliers because they can potentially skew the mean of the data, which can lead to inaccurate representation and interpretation.
So our scatter plots is where we plot the estimated percentage under poverty against our frequency and average delinquency rates. And this is our pair plots where we plot each of our features against each other. And this first one is for frequency against our three different features. And the second one is the average delinquency against three of our features.
In conclusion, the purpose of this study was to find a correlation between delinquent rates and the following three variables: median income, education, and poverty rate. An example of a correlation we hoped to reveal was that neighborhoods that have a higher income status also have higher tax delinquencies.
Although we are unable to discover any significant trends within our findings, it is still valuable to know that there is not a direct correlation between delinquency rates, education, income, and poverty within the city of Pittsburgh. This provides insight into other factors that can be considered and further explored to answer our standing question. Access to further data on religion, race, and historical property values may provide a more insightful conclusion.